folks, we should be back live again. Gonna check everything's coming through. It seems to be. Cool. So we're back in Elite Dangerous today. We are going to be carrying on back towards the bubble, and while we head that way we will explore as well as looking for possible new double and triple hotspot mining sites. And we will also then perhaps try some mining if we've got time. So without further ado, we'll get back in the game and get started. So we're initially heading here rather than straight back to the bubble, as this is apparently a double void opal system, which hopefully is going to be a lot closer to the bubble. Could be one of the closest to the bubble, so we'll see. Let's just make sure we know what system we're in at the moment. Yeah, that's pretty uninteresting. So we've got 26 jumps. Let's go. Afraid I'm still coughing a bit, so I'll try and mute when I do. Oh, there's at least one planet here. And we can get fuel.
Fuel scooping.
Which is always good. Okay, there's a number of planets. Now these pretty much look like they are ices, which would be consistent with being around such a cool body as a brown dwarf. This is a red dwarf. Now that's a high metal content well that's very close.
Fuel scooping complete.
It's not been mapped either. So, given that that is so close, we're going to take the time to map it. We'll at least get a bonus for being the first to map it, so that'll be kind of cool. No surprise, it looks to be a pretty warm planet. Right. Let's just get a bit closer. High metal content. Little surprise, I would have expected one this close to be metal rich, but there you go. It's a big one as well. 7 probes, efficiency target. See how much that gets us.
Surface scanned by 50%.
There you go, that's pretty much the whole way. So we can just drop one there and that'll get us the 90 we need.
Surface scan complete.
And we got the efficiency target bonus, which is always nice. Right, so why let's just have a quick look at the stats on this, 'cause it's probably going to be interesting. So 2.7 Earth masses, 84,656 atmospheric surface pressure, Surface temperature is 4,922 Kelvin. Yikes.
Frameshift drive charging.
No surprise that's not terraformable. And never will be. Not to human standards.
4, 3, 2, 1.
Okay.
Fuel scooping.
So why are we scoop? Interesting. Orbital plane established, 9 bodies. That ain't 9 bodies. Maybe a bug?
Fuel scooping complete.
This is a red dwarf, so that should be too far away to be habitable. So it's not going to be worth us mapping it, as we would have to travel away a ways. But let's just get away from the star a little bit. Let our heat drop. There we go. Right. An icy body. Yeah, well, it is a couple of hundred. Now this is what's getting me. Our system map is not showing all of the bodies in the system, so the count of 9 was correct. That's weird. That's very weird. I've not seen that before. No surprise though, they're all going to be uninhabitable icy bodies.
System scan complete.
Okay, so we've got that now. Now we see the rest. One, two, three, 4, 5, 6, 7 plus the 2 stars. That's all 9 bodies. Yeah. Okay. None of that's of interest. We need gas giants with rings for mining. Maybe no planetary bodies here.
System scan complete.
Yep.
Fuel scooping.
No planetary bodies. So
fuel scooping complete. Frameshift drive charging.
next jump. Oh, there's definitely stuff here. This is more interesting.
Fuel scooping.
Okay, what's system map look like? Ah, no ringed planets, so that's a pity. That's a K-star, so those could possibly be habitable, as could that. That's probably not, as is that probably not, but could be ammonia and water worlds, which are still worth scanning even when they're not habitable. So I think we are going to do a spot of scanning in this system. Yeah, we got some bodies up here. It's a fair old way up the scanner. Icy body. That'll be another icy body. High metal content. Right, let's go for that one first. That's an icy. Right. I am noticing I'm getting features none, which I wasn't expecting. I was expecting to say have unlikely in that scenario. So I still need to check to see if that is actually working the way it was supposed to. Okay. Ah, the asteroid cluster. A high metal content world. These could be the ones that are really close. They are. Surface pressure, 0 atmospheres. Surface pressure, 0 atmospheres. Doesn't look like either of them are necessarily terraformable. Water world. Nice. And here's the last one.
System scan complete.
Okay. Have a look. Any of these worth scanning? Oh, this is a candidate for terraforming. I was wrong about the 0 atmospheres bit then. Doesn't make sense saying 0 atmospheres surface pressure. Yet they are not landable worlds. It does make sense them being terraformable because you cannot land on a terraformable world. That's a terraformable. Here we have a terrestrial water world. Not habitable, and that's a high metal content. So basically these 4 worlds are all worth a scan. Well, surface mapping to be more appropriate. So let's just go do that. Bit of a flare from the star. So we're now at 22 jumps. Looks quite distinct and bright even from this distance. Probably because it's actually 2 planets in a binary. can't see any signal sources. Okay, we may as well map these in the order in which we're going to come to them, so we'll target this one first. Actually, that's wrong. That was just a trick of perspective. So that's 13.42. Okay. So those two are closer to each other than we are to the moon. Maybe half the distance. Maybe a bit more. Alright. But still 6 probe efficiency target, which is nice. I might get that with just this.
Surface scanned by 50%. Surface scan complete.
Excellent. Analysis mode, you can actually see the planet's surface properly. We'll just go back in once that disappears. Six probe target, no problem. It's small enough, we might even do it with 3 rather than 4.
Surface scanned by 50%. Surface
There you go.
complete.
Didn't even need 4. Right, so our next body we want is body 3. Which is another terraformable. That's where we want to go. So yeah, we've done these two. We want this one because it's terraformable, and this one because although it's not terraformable, it is a water world. Just looking the Ori. Okay. This is a binary star system. Interesting. Ah, 50, yeah. 50 plus 1,000 light seconds. Long way away. And this is Red Dwarf. Yeah, but considerably cooler than this one. This is a K. That's a Red Dwarf. So, yeah, no surprises, those are just icy bodies. And of no particular interest to us at this time. Getting closer. Six probes again. Could that get us smack behind the planet?
Surface scanned by 50%. Surface scan complete.
Nice. Right. We want the fourth body, which is there, because that's a water world. Right. So, we'll scan this one, and then we've got 22 more jumps back to Sol. These are ways, not Sol. 22 jumps to our next point, actually, but further than that from the public. But it's all good. Just kill the orbit lines for a moment. And 20 times the speed of light. Okay, so the water world should look something like this. We'll find out very soon. Nice. Okay, so one there, and we go above, we find the point at which it misses, drop down about halfway, and that should put the third one directly behind the planet from us.
Surface scanned by 50%.
There's a bit up, needed to be further up.
Surface scan
Okay,
complete.
we can play around with this. Good news is, we finished our scans. And we got our efficiency bonus. So, another 22 jumps to go.
Frameshift drive charging.
Sorry about the coughing. Okay, definitely planetary bodies, multiple stars. This is the code.
Fuel scooping.
15 bodies in the system, looks interesting. Alas, no, there are no ringed planets. And everything close to us looks to be an icy. That's an M, that's a K, that's an M. Now, that looks to be semi-major axis is 0.63 AU. 1 AU is Earth radius around the Sun. That's probably outside the habitable zone of a red dwarf. That's 0.89. So I wouldn't hold out any hope of either of those bodies being terraformable or particularly interesting. But let's see if we can just scan one and confirm that one way or another. High metal content worlds. We also want number 2. That might be number 2. Right, that was not. That was C3. So this must be C2. Yeah, high metal content. Right, so if we nip back in here. Yeah, not terraformable, so that won't be terraformable either. Pity. There we go. As we fly away and prepare for our next jump, last thing to check is, are there any signal sources? Because out here that would be a bit unusual. And would indicate that this might be a lot more interesting than we realised. But there aren't. So it's not.
Charging.
Okay. I've been here before. So we're getting an error again because we're being told that there are 9 planetary bodies. We've done a scan. System map doesn't list the bodies. There is some kind of error, and interestingly it was 9 bodies both time. So these are going to be icy bodies. Rocky icy world. Okay, not all just strictly icy. Fortunately, yeah, at least 2 behind there. So if we jump in now, we can see where the gaps are where those 2 are, but we can also see that they're too far out, so there's no way they can be habitables. And the spectral analysis on the FSS showed us that there was only one real set of spikes, so it means that they're icy, rocky icy bodies. No interest. We don't need to check the forums though. I think that might be showing a bug. Okay, so we've got 19 bodies this time. And again, I've done a discovery scan and it's not showing the bodies. Okay, what about the Ori? Ori doesn't show them either. It's definitely a bug there. Right, we don't know what they are, so we don't know. Right, they're all crowded around here. Which means they're not going to be... There's not going to be any gas giants with rings, for example, which is what I want for the mining sites. Thing is, this not showing bodies properly, it wasn't not doing that. It wasn't doing that the other day. Okay. Well, system doesn't look particularly interesting. Seems to have been around red dwarfs, if I remember rightly. It's probably going to be pretty boring, to be honest. But I would like to make sure that there aren't any gas giants and mining sites here. Okay, and we got that from there. Oh, what was that? It's just an icy body. Bit of a weird coloration.
System scan complete.
Okay. Now we've done all of that. That's what the system actually looks like, and it should have been showing. There we go.
Drive charging.
Alright. Maybe another red dwarf, maybe a K. Red
Fuel
dwarf.
scooping.
Is it bugged? Yep, it's bugged. Okay. Oh, got something up here. Right, we definitely want to scan this all
Fuel
properly.
scooping complete.
We want to know what's in here because there may be gas giants. If there are gas giants or maybe other ringed planets, there are mining sites. If there are mining sites, there is a small chance there are interesting mining sites. Okay. A little content world. Yeah, lots of those. I'm basically kind of hoping at the moment that there is a gas giant here. It's got rings and it's not around one of the more distant stars. Oh dear. Oh! Yeah. This is slightly disappointing, but you know, that's the way it goes. Still something there. Looking like a gas giant. So there's a lot going on here. Okay, so icy body. Fortunately, we got something there. Right. What do we got? So this is a red dwarf, yeah. That's too far out for it to be habitable, I think. Yeah. Same with those are icy bodies. This is what annoys me, these 76,000 light years. Metal rich icy, icy, icy. Right, come on then. We'll get part of the way and then finish off the scans of the system. 76,000's not that bad. If we skip them, Sod's Law says there's a double pay night or something there. We go and scan and there'll be nothing. Right, so just take us a few minutes. So we finish off the system scan at the halfway-ish point. This far from the bubble, these would have to be spectacular sights to be worth coming out this far. We are a good... use Soul as our marker. $1,200. So unless this is something we just don't have anywhere near the bubble, you wouldn't come this far. There's only one way to find them. Oh, these are unexplored. Well, I get some first discoveries at least. That'll be nice. There's certainly another reason to go and scan the gas giants properly for mining sites, because no one else has ever been here. Well, that's not strictly true. Someone may have been here but not handed in the data. So the rings we've got a metal rich and we've got a lot of ices. The ices could have void opals, and we've seen a double void opal hotspot. Metal rich could have painite. Of course, there's low temperature diamonds in the ices as well. So hey, don't know what we're going to find. A nebula. Okay, let's just do our scan finish our scan here. So, it's that about finding the last of these bodies. This is where I find out there was something like a gas giant hiding back there. I see. And I see.
System scan complete.
Cool. Let's just see what else we got. It's a pretty uninteresting system at the moment. But we do have these 3 gas giants. Which we will pay a visit to. Getting that. Zoom out a bit. Yeah, I thought so. That'll be the North American and Pelican nebulas where we came from. Oh, we were at them last week. Wednesday. We were at those. Right. So a couple of minutes, I'm afraid. Okay. Well, we are getting there. To give you an idea of scale, we will be flying a distance approximately 140 times the distance between the Earth and the Sun. So we're traversing a distance probably bigger than the solar system. Maybe. So doing that in about 3 or 4 minutes ain't bad. Slowing down now, but we're still 150 times the speed of light. It's kind of cool. Alright. So what does the Ori look like on this system? It shows it properly. Ah. The center of mass of the system. Nice. Right. Start paying attention now because we are getting closer. This is the one with the metal rich and icy. The other two are just ices. There's the orbit lines. Okay. Start slowing down at this point. These rings could be quite dark. But actually it doesn't look like they will be, which is nice. So we need to approach from a pole. When we're doing our scanning, we want as good a view of the rings as possible so we can see any hotspots and if there is anything of interest. Right, here we go. We just need to get close enough to be able to accurately drop probes into the rings. I'm certainly not proposing scan the whole gas giant. So that should be the outer ring. Ring disappears there, just come a little bit back, reappears, that should be the inner ring. Alright, hopefully we'll get hotspots.
Surface scan complete.
Yeah, 3 hotspots, but none of them are doubles or triples, so... And that's what we need out here.
Surface scan complete.
Lots of hotspots. That's a double. That's a double. That's probably a double. Okay, so let's come out of this view. Now, if we look at the list, there's painite in the metal rich, which is nice. There's a void opal. Okay, so we go into... If we first of all make sure we're looking okay, thank you. We go into 3 view mode, so we've got mouse look, So that is a double platinum and serendipite, so not useful. Painite, double painite. That could be a double painite. Now out here, that would need to be a triple painite to get people to come out. Unfortunately, that's a double serendipite. So we do have an interesting thing here. So we'll come out of 3 look, and we are going to go in a bit closer. Confirm what we think to be the case. Yeah, that is a double. And it is a double painite. There's not that many of them in the bubble. Unfortunately, they do exist in the bubble, and so people aren't going to come out this far. We're about 1200 light years from Sol. Let's just check this one again. So, yeah. Platinum and serendipite. That over there, that's probably... That's a double serendipite. Okay. No, don't need that. Come out of 3 look. System map. We may as well bookmark this. Go into my bookmarks. Edit. And we will say double pane. That'll do. Right. Next one. So icy rings, so no painite. But you know, if you got something like a combination double void opal low temperature diamond or void opals, which we have seen. But there is a double void opal closer to the bubble. So again, if there was a double void opal here, it wouldn't be worth it. We pull away from here, which is a rather spectacular sight. We head to the next one. Oh, no, we got a double painite. They ain't exactly common. Worth knowing where they are, even if no one's ever going to come out this far to mine a double painite. Because where are you going to sell it? But if fleet carriers give us mining fleet carriers and you could sell to them, maybe people would like to just come out this far and mine in peace. Just don't know how the mechanics would work and how you could sell this far from any markets. So there we go. There's the orbit lines. Alright, so these two, are they orbiting each other? No, they are separate. Is XOC B3 CD2. That's CD1, a huge number of CD3's a fair old distance as well. But it was worth coming out here. My first double painite on this trip. Need to go on the mining subreddit and find out, because there was a survey they were running, which is how they found the stuff in the bubble. Maybe try and get an idea of how much of the bubble they think they covered. Because, you know, there's no point coming out here looking for double void opal or triple void opal or other such things if they might still be in the bubble, just undiscovered. Right, as before, we want to approach from one of the poles so we see the rings clearly. We're below the orbital plane of the moon, so we will come this way. It's darker out here. This is a single ring, so come to a stop. As long as it says ring, we just need one probe. Let's see what this reveals.
Surface scan complete.
Okay, this is more normal. A number of points, but obviously no doubles. So, alas, not interesting. Low temperature diamonds, void opals. Oh, there is a double. I stand corrected. It's not an interesting double. Bromelites and Grandi diorites. But it is actually worth checking the big ones then. Yeah, okay. So, nothing there, unfortunately. There was a double, but it was of no interest. Last gas giant in this system. Right. Okay, so smaller. Smaller doesn't mean it doesn't have hotspots, doesn't mean it has less hotspots. I've seen big ones with no hotspots and small ones with plenty. So it varies. Just find where the double void opal was. Yeah, double void opal. 2 times low temperature diamond void opal doubles. Oh, that's got 1. That had 2. Oh right, they're all in the same system. So this is a system with a double void opal and 3 low temperature diamond void opals. But we're heading over here, which we know from the mining Reddit is a double void opal. So, this stuff is pulling apart a bit now. Right. Almost there now. But while we're just doing that, I'm just going to check on EDDB. Let's see how the prices are going for mining stuff. At the end of the day, what is good and what is not good is decided by what you can sell it for. The benitoite is still high 900s. Low temperature diamonds 975. Void opals, they have a listing for 1331. Is that recent? Just watch my speed. So we've got a listed price void opals. Okay, GD 140. Live terminal. Large pack. Demand 8071, 1.3 million for void opals. Then void opals dropped to 722,000. Although those are all old. Benitoite, low temperature diamonds, void opals, painite because of its volume rather than straight off its price. Although painite's taking a bit of a dive at the moment. Down to 381. Interesting. I think what we're going to find is that we need to be a bit more willing to mine stuff other than painite and void opals. Yeah.
Surface scan complete.
Okay, let's see what we got. Doesn't look great, does it? Oh, I say that and then I see this. Okay, what have we got? So bromellite, andorite, void opal. Right, that's a void opal low temperature diamond. I've never minded one of these myself, so I'm not entirely sure how any increase in numbers of cores found would apply, but it's interesting. So we bookmark. You can always delete the bookmarks later. Right. PO LTD. That'll do. Oh, interesting. Okay, well, we've done all of the ringed bodies in this system. Next system. 18 jumps to our known double void opal.
Frameshift drive charging.
And no idea what we might find in the next system, which is why you do exploring. Enjoy it. Chances are no gas giants.
3, 2,
1. Okay. Okay, we have planetary bodies. Okay, so there is definitely some kind of a bug flying around at the moment, because that's only showing us an asteroid belt and a few bodies. So we will have to do this scan. Try and find stuff. So yeah, I think that might be a missing one. I'll need to check the forums to see if this has already been reported. It is a bug, it's a new one on me at least. We can tell because there's nothing up this way that there isn't any gas giants. But having said that, planets can have rings with mining hotspots. So you don't want to just assume that because there's no gas giants, there's no rings to mine in. Right, we've got this one, haven't we? And of course it is blocked. Okay. Let's come out. We are not yet fueled. Let's go get some fuel.
Fuel scooping.
While we move around to scan the last planet. What we got so far?
Fuel
Not
scooping
terraformable.
complete. Warning, temperature critical.
Okay, let's deal with that. Right. Let's find this body, shall we?
System scan complete.
Okay. So, these aren't terraformables, but that one is. It's been discovered, but it's not been mapped before. We'll just stop by. Not that far. Still seems to be a little bit of stuttering in the game. There we go. Now, to be honest, I don't really need the exploration credits I get from scanning this planet because I'm a billionaire, but I got there being a billionaire by in part saving the pennies. Not just void openers. It's a pretty little planet. 6 efficiency target. I want to be able to consistently place probe right behind the planet. So let's see where that one goes. That's just past the mist point. I thought halfway between the mist point and that one put it right behind the planet, but it didn't
Surface
last time.
scanned by 50%.
Right,
Surface scan
that did
complete.
it. Cool. So, we have that. We have no further interest in this system. What's next?
Frameshift drive charging.
It's a K-type yellow-orange star. Could be interesting.
Four, three, two.
Of course, it's not guaranteed. Okay. Unexplored. 5 bodies.
Fuel scooping.
Didn't say system scan complete, so those 5 bodies include stuff that is not stars. But we're only seeing 3. Yeah, there is definitely some kind of a bug around. Frustrating. I understand rightly.
Fuel scooping complete.
Right, what have we got? That's an icy body. ABC1. Right. Let's kill that. Okay. We will scan the other body. Alright, that should be far enough. There we go.
System scan complete.
And it's another icy body. Yeah. Unfortunately, nothing for us. Quite a ways out, aren't they? Well, that explains the designation ABC.
Frameshift drive charging.
So, Class F star. We look here, single Class F star, middle of the range.
4, 3, 2, 1.
Right, definitely planetary bodies because they're already showing up. Total of 9 apparently in this system. Iron bodies. Okay, they're already showing us stuff. Hey, ringed planet. There we go. Looks like it's at least been scanned before, but that could be a water world.
Fuel scooping.
Not sure on the distances, but you know, it's doable. And we want to scan the ring there. It's only icy, but it could be, you know, double, triple void opal or something. So, that's quite high up, so that could well be some water worlds in here. Right, let's get this underway. Water world. High metal content. High metal content. And again. Yeah. Binary pair. We got something here. That's our icy body with the rings. Can we? Yeah. Ooh! Ooh! I didn't know you could do that. Just fidgeting around. We were able to scan it. That's nice. So, 246. These won't be terraformable because they are just too close. Okay, non-terraformable but a water world. That's a high metal content. So our first order of business is to map that. Once we've got this mapped, we'll go and do the ring. Right, actually what I am going to do is I'm just going to take a very quick bio break. I will be back in just a moment, but I will go to the BRB screen. So, sorry folks, back in just a sec. Okay, I'm back. Thank you for that, folks. Let's get on our way. I did debate just leaving it throttled up while I nipped to the toilet, but I'm pretty sure I would have overshot. Ah, Barnard's Loop and the Witch Head. Let's stay away from there for a bit. Not exactly equipped with AX weaponry. Although I do need Empire rank. Rescuing people from burning stations is a good way to get it. So maybe I will head out there. Looking at how mining commodities are doing. Yeah. Low temperature diamonds seem to be holding their price very well. And with all the recent data collected for them, I think they must be doing quite well in terms of volumes being traded. Void oracles, okay, so there's very low volumes being recorded there. Sorry, very low demands. Same with painite, demand is all over the place. The low temperature diamonds, much better. Benitoite, demands aren't the same as low temperature diamond. Right. Let's get this mapped. Yeah, mining is certainly going through some changes. So 6. So first of all, we're going to drop 2 on the limb, left and right. And then we're going to hope that that basically drops in behind. See if we can perfect this technique.
Surface scanned by 50%.
That's almost behind, yeah? Okay, so 86, so we'll just put 1 in the front. And if we drop there and there, we would be covering everything.
Surface scan complete.
But we don't need to. Right. You have a ring. I have learnt not to ignore the rings of planetary bodies. Sometimes they are completely uninteresting, sometimes they are actually very interesting. Okay. Still coughing away. Sorry, I just noticed the stream requiring a refresh on my laptop, but it doesn't look like that was a problem with the stream that would have affected anyone else, so that's good. Back in Twitch Inspector. That looks alright. Okay, cool. So it does look as if mining is certainly a bit more varied now. Whether that's a good thing or a bad thing for you is up to you. It's not as simple as just going and grabbing void opals or painite. Something I heard the other day, which I have no reason to disbelieve, but I wasn't aware of, is apparently the highest yield from a mining run has come from a triple low temperature diamond. I would have thought that was a double painite, but apparently not. I've always got more out of double painite than triple low temperature diamond, so... Just goes to show it's not necessarily as straightforward as you might think. How many jumps have we got? 15. Okay. Here we go. So... we can see the rings, we can see the poles. It's kind of pretty. Alright, so we want to park up something like here. It's a single ring, so we only need one probe.
Surface scan complete.
There's a double. And a few others. And they could still be doubles themselves, as we found out last time. So. Relook. Low temperature diamond, alexandrite, void opal and bromellite. So yeah, that's... although technically there is a double there, that's very thin. Not necessarily a simple matter to land in the area of the double. And if one of them's bromellite, it's of no financial interest. You'd be better off picking a void opal hotspot close to home. Although given the way that void opals and low temperature diamonds are working at the moment, those void opal low temperature diamond doubles I've seen could be very interesting. GD140 have that everyone else doesn't.
3, 2, 1.
Nothing obvious in EDDB. It has the best price and best demand for void opals at the moment. Right, double star system at least. We'll get fuel, 12 bodies.
Fuel scooping.
So let's just check something on the Gal map. So GD140. Right now, this is where you want to sell your void opal. Is there a public holiday? Nice. I can look inside. What states? We got pirate attack, boom, civil liberty. There's an outbreak as well. No public holiday.
Fuel scooping complete.
That's the place to sell. Wee terminal and 62 light seconds. That's ideal. Plenty of places to mine as well. Anyway, we're interested in this system. Right, so we were told that there were 12 bodies. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So there are no hidden planets. We're not bugged here. So that's it. We're done with this system. Those are all icy bodies. And some distance away. 248,000 light seconds. Sorry. Scan a bunch of icy bodies with no rings and no possibility of being terraformable. No, thank you.
Frameshift drive charging.
Right. Red dwarf. Single red dwarf star, M8.
4, 3, 2, 1.
Okay, so we got some planetary bodies, which is interesting. We're close enough to show
Fuel
up.
scooping.
Right. And 11. So yeah, all not going to be of any interest to us. 357 light seconds from an M8 red dwarf with a surface temperature just over 2000 Kelvin. That ain't going to be habitable. And we can tell that anyway because they're all marked with blue arcs, so they're all landable. Habitable planets or terraformable planets are not landable yet. So next system. So
Frameshift
jump.
drive charging.
Our map tells me this is an M1, so this is a bright red dwarf. M1VA. So V is a main sequence.
4, 3, 2,
1. Educate myself on stellar classification.
Fuel scooping.
28 bodies. Interesting. Whoa! Hello! Okay. That's a metal rich. We will pay attention to that.
Fuel scooping complete.
And we do want these gas giants. Rocky? Rocky Rocky? Rocky Icy. Right. Okay, there's the asteroids. I'm gonna guess this is gonna be the metal rich. We've already scanned body 1 because it's so close. Cool. Right, we're interested in stuff up that end here. There we go. Gas giant with water-based life. Nice. So I want to find that one now. That's just a class 1, no ring. There's still some more of that out there though. Class 2 with a ring. Okay. What we got here? Class 1 with a ring. And there's at least one more body out there, but it's not there. Let's go find it. There it is. And that's the class 2. So that's all the gas giants. Lots of these bodies will be moons here. Just have a look. Surface temperature. Geological 27. Geysers. Surface temperature is 1,000 degrees. Right. So yeah. All of these. So this is going to be lovely because this is a binary. Then we want to come out here. 3914 is not bad at all. So let's watch my speed. Alright, this is going to get interesting. I think we've slowed down in time. We did. Nice thing with approaching the gas giants is they can be a little bit more forgiving. Because of their mass, you can still, if you can steer in close, and they are obviously a big target to do this too, you can actually get to stop. Problem is, you probably won't be stopping over a pole. So it makes this surveying of rings a little bit more difficult. Right, so rocky and icy. It's dim out here. Okay, that'll do. We have a good view of the rings. So we'll hopefully cover both the inner and outer, those two. Oh, it was one ring. I had that wrong, did I?
Surface scan complete.
Okay. Let's just we've got some interesting stuff, but let me just check the system map again. It is just rocky. Sorry, I was getting confused. That's the rocky. The others are two rings. Right, free look. What have we got? Serendipity. Okay, let's just point the nose down because we've got this here. Alexandrite, benitoite, alexandrite. So unfortunately, benitoite might become a more mined mineral now because it has some reasonable pricing and demand around the 900k, right? But that's probably not economically interesting at the moment. Okay. So, this is one of the ones with 2 rings. 43 light seconds. Okay. Bit easier to see this one. That'll do. You have a good view of the ring. Do it from further, to be honest. Right, 2 rings, so we just wait for it to turn ring. That'll get us the inner. We just come out a bit, and that'll get us the outer.
Surface scan complete.
What are we looking at? Right, we have a double. Not much in the inner ring, so the double resides in the icy. So, I think that might be a double serendipity. No, 1.47 and 1.48. Yeah, double serendipity. So, serendipity. Not really economically interesting. Retails for between average of 200,000, but up to 746. Demand in the hundreds, some thousands, but no more than that. Not going to be a priority. Right. Even so, not bad. Right, one more to do. So, sorry, just continuing to educate myself about static classifications. Right, Right, so one is hypergiant. Giants, regular giants, subgiant, main sequence, blood dwarfs, white dwarfs. Okay. It's nice to know what you're going to be jumping into when you're exploring. You can get an idea of that from the stellar classification. Right, I think we're approaching the poles then. Can we make out the rings? Yep, seems to be a good approach. Okay, so this is a double ring, inner and outer. So we want to find where it first starts off the here ring. Oh, still too far away. Oh! Smaller body, so I've got to get closer. There we go. Right. There we go. It just switched the ring, so that should hit the inner, and a bit further out, and that should hit the outer. There we go. The inners can be hard to hit if you don't do that.
Surface scan complete.
Okay, so no doubles, so no matter what these are, they're not likely to be of any. We're too far out for them to be of interest. Ah, there are some on the inner one though, so Benetoite, Monserite, low temperature diamond. But plenty of that inside the bubble. So why would you come out this far? Answer, unless fleet carriers changed something, you wouldn't. I mean, if we could find a cluster of these, some really potentially profitable ones, I could see a CG for a mining station or something, but there aren't going to be any CGs for a while. Alright, what are we jumping into? F6 V F6 M1 VA. That's a red dwarf main sequence. The F6 might be a sub-dwarf. Can't tell if that was VI or... well, there's plenty of planets. Nice. Alright, that'll do. Let's take a look. Okay, so that's a red dwarf, isn't it? Nothing around it. 2,500 out. Class F stars. So V1
Fuel scooping complete.
1 to 1.4 solar masses. So I don't know if that meant it was a sub-dwarf. Small for an F. We've got all of these bodies. These are at 232 light seconds, so they're probably too close to be terraformable. That's possibly a water world. That could be as well, although at that distance it's unlikely. So if I do that, no, that's probably a high metal content, a rocky or an icy. Same there. Okay, let's stop playing around and actually scan the system, because we are going to scan this one. These are all high metal content we're finding. Aha! Right, we don't want to scan all the moons because we're going to go and scan the ring, so we'll get the moons when we get close to it. Lots of high metal content. Icy body, no surprise. Some of this stuff was a long way out. Right, I reckon that's all that we can easily scan. So what has this told us? Not terraformables, haven't got that one yet. Not terraformable. This body is a candidate for terraforming at 609 light seconds. That won't be, that isn't. So that's 310. So that's not likely to be terraformable around the F-type star. Because that is, yeah, 6,500 Kelvin surface temperature. Right. So we have a terraformable to map. And some rings to scan. Got a bit of everything in this system. Right, now what I've done there is in the system map, the one I haven't been able to scan, I've highlighted it. But basically when I go in here, I know I'm pointing it pretty much straight at it. Okay. So this one is not habitable or terraformable. That one, however, is. Has a very big icy body there, and I'd missed that was also a gas giant. So, let's go scan our terraformable. Map it properly. Could be worth around 500,000. There we are, we're slightly below the orbital plane. Magic number 7, or as close as we can get. So we're just mapping this one so we don't care about approaching poles or anything, because we don't have to worry about any rings. do. Right, so it's 7 probes. So left, right, and 1 behind. Start with. We are going to need more than 3 though.
Surface scanned by 50%.
Now on 7 probe planet, got that quite nice. So we'll also drop one there and 1 there. Hopefully that'll be enough to get us the 90%. We've still got 2 probes to play with.
Surface
Yeah,
scan
there we
complete.
go. We might only have needed 4 actually. I couldn't tell you. Right. So we've mapped that. Let us go and find our rings. Coincidentally, we'll get all of the scans of the moons as well. So while we're travelling there, down that is where we are. Oh, is that a nice bright one? An F6 main sequence. So a red dwarf and a T-Tauri, or no, not T-Tauri, a brown dwarf. 2 red dwarfs, T-Tauri, 3 Ks, all main sequence stars. Red dwarf, K-class. Red dwarf, 2 brown dwarfs, an F-star, and a red dwarf. All of that lot looks to be pretty much main sequence. Okay. So no giants or white dwarfs or anything like that. Alright, so the Elite Dangerous classifications. BA is an extremely luminous main sequence star. BAB for luminous, VB is normal. BZ for less luminous. 6 is subdwarf, 7 for white dwarfs. Okay, good to know. Here we go.
System scan complete.
There we go. We've got the moons. We get our complete system scan. just double check. This has 2 rings by the looks of it. Metal rich and rocky. But there isn't in a ring. And we do need to be mindful of that. No, rings are a distance. Right, we are within scannable range. So to get the inner, especially from this range and it's so narrow, let's find where it turns the ring. Ooh, we didn't get it.
Surface scan complete.
Okay, we may have to get closer. Literally just there. Alright, let's see if that gets... There we go. Very narrow inner ring.
Surface scan complete.
I think there's a couple of hotspots, but nothing big. So... let's just use 3-lock to check these. So there might be some overlap there, but neither of those are interesting. K9 hotspot, but just a single. Yeah, these all look to be singles. And the only double isn't all that interesting. Okay, so that's not a planet we're going to spend any more time on. So, get time, okay. We are going to jump to our next system now. Not sure if we will make it to the double void opal system I read about on the mining subreddit today, because it will depend on how interesting the stuff between us and it are.
4, 3,
I have arrangements in place for a few beers this evening, so but we'll be going for a little while yet, so see what we find.
System scan complete. Fuel scooping.
Okay. 2 planetary bodies. We haven't seen any problems, so maybe that bug was a temporary thing.
Fuel scooping complete.
Let's just check. Yeah.
Frameshift drive charging.
This is the red dwarf. It's 2 red dwarfs. They are VAs. But they are extremely luminous main sequence red dwarfs.
3, 2,
And there's a few bodies. Right. What we got?
fuel scooping.
We might be here for a bit. There's a ring. Okay, 22 bodies apparently. Presumably quite a number of them are going to be asteroid clusters. Right.
Fuel scooping complete.
Well, these red dwarfs. Yeah, some of these might actually be terraformable. Okay. Let's make it worth our time to scan. Rocky ice. High metal content. Something there. Ooh. Are these orbiting the B world? Because they weren't showing on the system there. Maybe the bug is still with us. Okay.
System scan complete.
Last one we scanned is the one with the rings. Typical. But hey. Right, is there anything interesting apart from the ringed planet? Candidate for terraforming at 88. Candidate for terraforming at 111. After that, there shouldn't be any more. Indeed, there is not. So, neither of those have been properly mapped. Let's bag these two and then we'll go and check out that ring. So yeah, no ring on this, we don't have to worry about poles. Right. Bit Mars-like, I would say. Six probes. There. 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 That might do it.
Surface scanned by 50%.
Pretty much behind, not quite.
Surface scan complete.
3 probes. Nice. You are also candidate for terraforming. Alright, let's go do this. Then we'll go check out the rings. Cool. Okay. Time to resolve now. And another red planet. Would guess another 6 one. Yep. So quite a lovely backdrop. North American and Pelican, I think. There's probably the Sadar region.
Surface scanned by 50%.
What's that though? Too far over that time, but doesn't matter.
Surface scan
Does the
complete.
job. What are you? You are not a planetary body in this system, maybe. Okay, that explains why it was doing that. I was in free looking main view. No. To the Gal map. What are you? Right, to do this, come out of here. Target our neck, so it's almost behind us. I want to know what that is. That's a planetary nebula. We may just visit it because it's pretty. Right, so that's where we're going, that's where we've been, where we are. So whatever this is, not the Sadari. I can't really make it out. See, the problem with astronomical distances is, of course, could be a long way away. Okay, I'm just going to accept that we're not going to get that. Well, actually, no, I'm not going to accept that. You can get a better bearing on it. This is how I do it. Okay. So, head back here a bit. That was... Is that nebula? Ooh. No, that's the Sardar region, I think. No, not far enough over at all. Okay. What about you? Get in there, but... Nothing that looks planetary nebula-like, so it could be a long way away. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Okay, that's very close, but we've still no idea of the distance. There's something there, there's something there. So the thirst fault would be... It's not NGC 7822. Is it the cave? The nebula we actually visited. No, it's not the cave. Okay, is that then therefore NG7822 and we're just too far away from it now to see Cupid's arrow anymore? Lots of black holes in here, by the way. Yes, it is. There we go. Solved it. Right. Rings. Right, so we've mapped those two. We want that. Cool. Let's go and see if there might be something interesting tomorrow. I ended up going to NGC 7822 simply because I did what I just did there. Saw something in the distance, thought it was interesting, tracked down where it was, and then flew to it. Intuition Inspector. Still looks all stable. Cool. We want to approach from above or below. So we just use the orbit lines to help us do that. Small ringed icy body. There we go, you can start to see the body. I think there's the rings. We're coming at it almost perfectly. Out here, of course, it is pretty dim. So wait for the surface scanner to get in range. There we go. Bit of a weird one for a ring system. So you notice, yeah, there's at least one possible gap. But let us scan, see what we get here.
Surface scan complete.
Doesn't look like there's any hotspots. That's a pity. Let's just double check that. Yep, no hotspots listed. Right. Our next star.
Frameshift drive charging.
This is the T-Tauri. So down that tells us it's a single T-Tauri star.
System scan complete.
Okay. So now it's here. Well, some asteroids. I do hope FDEF do more with asteroid clusters at some point. Would be good for them to have a purpose.
Frameshift drive charging.
Next. Whoa. Now if I had checked the Cal map, I would have seen that this is a triple system. That's a luminous K, luminous K. A bit less luminous, but still more luminous than normal. Our heat is at 61%, which is more than it normally would be. And all three stars are within about 20 light seconds of each other, hence the heat. Okay.
Fuel scooping.
Right, there's a few idle little bodies, but nothing stands out. That's probably just an IC.
Warning. Temperature critical.
And we need to get away, because I have no heat sinks on this ship. Which was an oversight. I do, however, have 2 repair units, so, you know, worst case scenario. Alright, let's just look back towards the stars. See if we can see them properly before we go away. So there's the first. And there's the second. Good thing we didn't end up in between those two. And the third is all the way up there. Alas, stellar classifications give you no way of knowing that this is going to be the case. Just tell you that there is more than one star in the system.
Frameshift drive charging.
Right. Apologies, just had to tell someone where we're going to be tonight. Oh, there's definitely planetary bodies.
Fuel scooping.
Ices. Yeah. Not interested. This is where I zoom past Raxler, isn't it? I am also trying to keep an eye out for signal sources, just in case I ended up somewhere surprisingly interesting, but I haven't seen any out yet at all. So, apart from a tourist beacon.
Drive charging.
So that's at least one red dwarf, single red dwarf, middle of the road.
4, 3, 2,
1. Okay. Right, couple of planetary bodies at least. 3 in fact, I think. Turns out there's more than that. Well now, that's nice. 1100, 1125, 2178. We already know that's icy ring, icy ring, icy ring. So, you know, maybe a triple LTD or LTD void opal or double void opal or something like that. Okay, so let's do this properly. These two are binaries. They are orbiting each other, so that's nice. No signal sources. We want to approach the polar regions, so That's the other one. Okay, we're losing the scan a bit too much. Okay, back to this one. As we get close, we will map all of its moons, if any. Orbital. Right. Still out of range on the surface scanner. Here we go. Got a clear view of the rings. See what is what.
Surface scan complete.
Okay. Now, we need to come out before we can confirm that there's no doubles. Free look, low temperature, void. Now, why couldn't those all four be together and overlapping? Because that would be marvellous. But, alas, it is not to be. So, just double check. Yeah, 2 void opal, 2 low temperature diamond. That's the lot. Right. Hey, Echo Spark. Go 7 to you as well. Ooh. Quite narrow rings far out this time. Okay. Yeah, quite narrow, aren't we? Well, that should do the job. Right.
Surface scan complete.
So, hotspots, nothing that looks like a clear double or triple. But we need to come into 3 look just to be able to scan through. Low temperature, void opals, bromellite. That's single low temperature. Lots of low temperature diamonds here. But again, it's too far from the bubble for that to be attractive. So yeah, pity, but no. You wouldn't come out here for this. Right. Love to know though, is there anything about that explains the number of low temperatures? No, not what you can see. Right. Let's go grab this one. This will just take us a moment or two. cool. We're getting there. Cool. This is just a single icy, isn't it? Like the others. Refresh my memory. Yep, single icy. Cool. Oh, this is tiny. Scan getting kick in until we were really close, although that could just be my angle of approach, to be honest. Might not be related to size. Alright, one single icy ring. Good view. Over the pole. Come on, give us some double hotspots or even triples.
Surface scan complete.
No. No. Alexandrite, Promolite, and nothing else really small showing up. Just check here. Okay. Right. I'm going to draw it to a close there, folks. Thank you very much for watching. I will be carrying on with this. The purpose of this has been a bit of exploration and looking for double and triple mining hotspots outside the bubble. They do exist, but obviously we want to really be concentrating on finding stuff that's close to the bubble so it's economic for people to come out. But we'll see. We'll be carrying on with this next time. So I'm back on again tomorrow, 2 PM GMT with Elder Scrolls Online. Elite Dangerous will be back Wednesday at 7 PM GMT. Thank you all very much for watching, and what we're going to do is we're just going to go and raid Luke and I, who, although she is streaming Shadow of a Tomb Raider, is also a very entertaining Elite Dangerous streamer. So if you have not had the pleasure of seeing Luke and I before, I encourage you to come along and to give her a follow. She is well worth a look. So, having said that, thank you all very much for keeping me company while we were out in the black, and I will hopefully see folks again at some point. But bye for now.